Hello, Brunton here. Welcome to the Troubles Away program. As any good doctor would tell you, before you can cure yourself, you need to remove the source of the toxicity that's created the illness in the first place. This is what Troubles Away is all about. Short videos emailed to you each day that enable you to remove the original toxicity that is the primary cause of the troubles of your life and indeed the world. In this welcome video, I want to outline how the program works and some tips for getting the most from the journey. During the 15 days of short videos, you're able to go back to around 1500 BC and explore the cataclysmic events that took place as men and women became conscious for the first time. You can appreciate why these events, paradoxically, also led to the 9 feeling beliefs of terror, grief, loss, despair, judgment, guilt, shame, undeserving and the need for punishment to be placed in the cupboard of the unconscious. These unconscious beliefs are the original toxicity. Because they are unconscious, they continue to create troubles in our lives without us even being aware of them. They are the primary cause of the toxic overload that is responsible for the current breakdown of the human body through various diseases such as cancer and autoimmune conditions that are now at pandemic proportions. They are the primary cause of government and corporate actions that do harm to others. Other videos, such as The Emperor's New Clothes, focus on the fantasy world we live in as a result of these events. These fantasies are also the result of the original toxicity. They serve one of two purposes. The first purpose is to perpetuate the amnesia we have around the events of 1500 BC when the original toxicity began. The theory of evolution and black holes fall into this category. These fantasies imply it is impossible that any cataclysms as devastating as those of around 1500 BC could ever have taken place. This is how these fantasies keep us asleep. The second purpose of the fantasies we live by is to provide justification to keep compulsively reliving the original trauma in our lives over and over and over again. For example, before 1501, the Aztecs ritually sacrificed an estimated 1% of their population each year. The fantasy that justified this behaviour was their belief that the world was in danger of coming to an end every 52 years if enough sacrifices were not made. The fact that the world has not come to an end since the practice stopped shows this belief to be the fantasy that it is. Unfortunately, we are no different than the Aztecs. For example, how many jabs have you and your children had to protect yourself from various viruses? To discover the fantasy behind this behaviour, watch the short history of virology that is the behind the scenes video on day 4. Then videos on day 8, 9 and 10 provide you with details of how the unconscious mind manifests troubles in our lives through the processes of compulsive behaviour, transference and what I call the sausage machine. These videos shed light on how the original toxicity continues to control huge parts of our lives without most men and women even being aware of it. Troubles Away is also full of practical tips on how to remove current troubles from your life. For example, my wife and I feel much more prepared for harmful government mandates by learning a law form that can help us avoid the fictions of the legal system being imposed upon us. Along the way, the law form we learned has also saved us tens of thousands of dollars. Yet, as I mentioned, the key purpose of Troubles Away is to remove the original toxicity of the 9 feeling beliefs from the collective unconscious so that you no longer experience the kind of troubles you currently have in your life. Now here's the first key hack to appreciate. You are going to discover we can't remove the original toxicity from our present limited identity. It's like asking a computer game character to extract themselves from the game. It just can't be done. So, from the first video on day 1, you are going to discover that the way to remove the feeling beliefs of the unconscious mind is by playing games with the superconscious mind. Because the superconscious mind, or as I say in Troubles Away, the child, is pure, it is not contaminated by the collective unconscious. This is what enables it to clear the original toxicity on your behalf. Have fun as you come across these games. They start on day 1 and continue with the cleanse on day 5, the new game on day 13, and Ho'oponopono as one of the bonus videos. The second key hack is to appreciate that your detox process is not linear. The superconscious mind does not work that way. You're going to get a new video each day. That is linear. But you're going to have to let the superconscious mind lead you out of the toxicity in its own way and in its own time. The superconscious mind works more like a river delta. You know you're headed towards the ocean, but you don't know the course you're going to take. So like the games you're going to play with the superconscious, there's no point trying to second guess the process. That is just the insecurities of the original toxicity trying to stay in control. For example, when I went for a walk in the forest of Makaroa, New Zealand, I had no idea I was going to enter a blissful state of unconditional love. More recently, I was not expecting to develop diabetes and then heal myself within 3 weeks in order to take the detox process to a whole new level. Because you are unique, the infinite intelligence of the superconscious mind has its own plan for you. If you appreciate you are being guided, the detox process becomes a lot easier. Relax, learn, play the games and watch a new world unfold, trusting in the infinite intelligence that's always by your side. Lastly, as you clear the original toxicity with the knowledge and games of the first 15 days of Troubles Away, you're going to naturally want to make changes in your life. From day 15 onwards, notice the step up as you learn some of the ways this can happen. You discover the world you long for is already here. With the original toxicity fading fast, you are now able to receive it. As you receive, your life changes. It's all for you. Enjoy.